Oh man, the actors were great. Um, I knew because this was my first one that it was going to be a challenge getting people on board. Um, but at the same time, I knew I couldn't just ask Joe on the corner. I couldn't ask my buddy of 15 years. Um, I needed to have professionals around me to pull this off to be a professional film. So I held casting calls. I had a lot of naysayers, a lot of people that didn't want to be affiliated with the project because of my status or lack of status. But I did find some really dedicated people, some great talents. Um, we had our first casting call in the ice storm. Atlanta had an ice storm, and I had to give credit to a lot of those actors because that showed me dedication. I don't care if they could have read. The fact that they came out to a casting call in an ice storm showed me something. So dedication is something that I found in a lot of my actors. I found some great talents. Onira, Dau, they came out and read for me. I actually had another actor, Miko Dafour. He was in the film as the lead, but Hollywood called on him and he had to leave. So because I had some talent on the film already, finding a replacement really wasn't that hard. Thankfully, some of the actors that were on it had some good leads for me. I checked into the leads and I found J Todd. And I knew because we had to have a rapport. I wanted to kind of bond with him a little bit outside of the film, get to know what he's about, and the fact that we both lived in New Orleans, that helped. You have to when you're doing something of this scope, and because we don't have the big budget, and I can't keep my actors locked down for 30, 60, 90 days to shoot, I knew this was going to be spread out over some time. So you really have to develop a rapport with your actors. And I think that I accomplished that. It helped having professionals on board. I got Rob Progro early, and everybody keeps asking me, how'd you get Rob? Basically, I asked him. It's that simple. The script spoke for itself. I was proud of the script. Hopefully, my ambition towards the project and the script itself made some impression on the actors that got involved, and the rest is history. I have a great cast. They brought a lot to the project. They kind of made my job easy. Being that this is really my first time writing a full-out script, I put a lot of me into the characters. I used my experiences, people around me. There's a lot of me in all the characters. But I did have to separate the characters so they didn't become one large character and a persona of me. So I really had this, it took a while. Once the story was developed, I went back and did a few rewrites just to find the tone of each character. And really, as we started getting into it, I started reading with actors, seeing what actors were bringing to it, seeing the where they took the role I wrote. I can hear it in my head. I know what I wrote on the paper, but to have somebody else interpret it was very helpful. And of course, once I had the actors cast for the characters, I was able to mold the characters a little more, using a little bit of the actor, giving them ideas of where I was going with it and blending that with what they brought to me. Hey, this is my first film. I knew I had to have some good actors in it to pull it off. And I really trusted a lot of my actors that came in. That was part of why I chose them, in that I knew that I could rely on them bringing something to it, opposed to having somebody new coming in expecting everything from me. So that was kind of a little bit of how I came up with the characters and brought them to where they are.